Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with chapter number 16, that is playing with numbers, and in particular we will be doing exercise 16.1. Now, as the name of the chapter suggests, playing with numbers, that means they play some small games with numbers to start with. Now, first of all, do we know about general form of two-digit number? Yes, we do know, but let us recall. So if you have a number 23, what do you write it as? You write it as 10 into 2 plus 3. If you have 46, you write it as 10 into 4 plus 6. So if we have a number AB, we will write it as what? 10 into A plus B, or simply 10A plus B. This is called the general form of a two-digit number. General form of two-digit number. Now, same way, can we have a general form of a three-digit number? Yes, it is possible. Suppose we have a number 235. How do we write 235 in expanded form? 2 into 100 plus 3 into 10 plus 5. So 429, 4 into 100 plus 2 into 10 plus 9. This is how we used to write it as. So if we have a number A, B, C, we will write it as what? A into 100 plus B into 10 plus C. So this is our general form of a three-digit number. General form of a three-digit number. Like we had general form of two-digit number, we had general form of three-digit number. Same way we can have a general form of four-digit number, five-digit number, and so on. We can continue till wherever we feel like. So this is the starting point from where, before I play any number games with you, I will actually like to talk about this. Now, coming to what kind of things are we going to talk about? Let's see. Let us write any two-digit number, say 45, right? Can we write a reverse number? Reverse number means that ones place becomes tens place and tens place becomes ones place. So this becomes, reverse number is 54. You add the two numbers, you get 99. Now again, let us take one more. Suppose I take 73. Reverse number is 37. 7 plus 3, 10. 110. Let us take one more, anything, say 65 and 56. 6 and 5, adding them, 6 and 5, 11, and 112, 121. Now, can you notice something common about these? This is divisible by 11, this is divisible by 11, this is divisible by 11. So, if you take any two-digit number and you reverse it, then the total will always be what? Divisible by 11. The two-digit number plus reverse number is always divisible by 11. So this is first thing we will note today. Our first point for today is this. Now, is there any other such thing about two-digit numbers? Let us see. If we can add, we can also subtract. So suppose I had, let me take these itself. So 65 minus 56. Now remember, while subtracting, that sometimes the reverse number may be greater. So if the reverse number is greater, then you always, difference means greater number minus smaller number. So 56, 9 you get. Now here, I suppose I take the number 54. Then the reverse number is 45, okay, 9. I take the number as, say, 73. The reverse number is 37. So 13 minus 7 is 6, and 6 minus 3 is 6. This was divisible by 9, this was divisible by 9, this is also divisible by 9. So what is the second thing we have seen just now? We have seen two-digit number minus reverse number, or reverse number minus 2-digit number, if reverse number is bigger, is always divisible by, not 11, sorry, divisible by 9. So what can we say about 2-digit number? If you have a 2-digit number and you reverse it, then you take the total, then naturally the total is always divisible by 11. If you have a 2-digit number, you reverse it, and then you find the difference means the greater minus smaller, then it is always going to be, the difference is always going to be divisible by 9. So these are the two things we learned from our number games. Now let us pass on to 3-digit numbers and observe something like that there also, if it is possible. Let us take a 3-digit number, say 729, any 3-digit number, any at random I have written. Reverse it. If you reverse it, it will become what? 927. 927 is bigger, so I write 927 on the top. 17 minus 9, 8. 11 minus 2, 9. And I am left with 8 here, 1. Okay. Say 432 है, तो रिवर्स कर लेते हैं, minus 234. If we reverse, we get 234. Subtract 12 minus 4 is 8. 2. 12 minus 3 is 9. And 1 is left. Oh, 198 again we get. Okay, never mind. Suppose I take one more number. Let us take 2 or 3 examples so that we come to some conclusion. Say 605. You subtract, what do you get? You get 50. Sorry, you take the reverse of it, you get 506. 15 minus 6 is 9. 9, 0. Right. I take, say, 701. 107. Okay. 11 minus 7 is 4. 9. And here it is 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 594. Now can you see something interesting here? Well, it is not so easily visible. We'll have to do some hard work on it, only then it will become visible. You see, this is divisible by 9. This is divisible by 99. 198 is actually 2 into 99. 594 will be what? 6 into 99. So 99, 99, 99, 2 into 99. So all these are what? All these are divisible by 99. So if you take a 3-digit number and you reverse it, then the difference will be what? Difference will be divisible by 99. This is rule number 3 I would like you to learn. 3-digit number minus reverse number, and if the reverse number is bigger, then you make it the other way around. Reverse number minus 3-digit number is always divisible by 99. Now one interesting thing is visible here. See, 2-digit number minus reverse number, or the other way around, is divisible by 9. 3-digit number minus reverse number is divisible by 99. So what do you think will be 4-digit number minus reverse number is divisible by? Five-digit number minus reverse number is divisible by. Now what should you think should be there? Here it was a 2-digit number, so only 1 9 was there. Here it is a 3-digit number, so 2 9s are there. Here there is a 4-digit number, so what should happen? 999. 3 9 should. Here is a 5-digit number, so what should happen? This. Now coming to one more thing about these 3-digit numbers, let's have a look. Suppose I write any 3-digit number, say 526. I've written this number 526. Now what do? I bring this 6 in front, so it becomes 652. So first number was 526, second number is 652. Now I bring this number here, it becomes what? 265. So I take this number 265. Now let me add these numbers. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 5, 13. 6 and 5, 11 and 2, 13 and 1, 14. And 5 and 1, 6 and 6, 12 and 2, 14. I get the sum like this. Now this is the sum of the three numbers so obtained. Now what can be done about this? Now what can we say about this? Now there is a rule which says that sum of these three numbers will be what? Divisible by 37. Let me check out, is it so? 1443 divided by 37. 37 into 3 times, okay? 190 and this, okay, 111. So I'm left with 333. Okay, so 333. I know that, that 7 into 9 will be 63. So last digit could perhaps be 9. Let me check out. 37 into 9, 63, 27. Okay, fine. So 9 times 333. So yes, divisible by 37. So we will remember this thing that, let us take one more case which will make our point a little stronger. Suppose I have the number, say 1, 2, 3, a very basic number I have taken, 1, 2, 3. So what should I do? I should bring this 3 here. It will become what? It will become 3, 1, 2. Now what I should do? I should bring this 2 here. It will become what? 2, 3, 1. So 2, 3, 1. Let me add these numbers. 3 and 2, 5 and 1, 6, 6 and 6. So I get 666. Now my objective is to check whether 666 is divisible by 37 or not divisible by 37. 666, 37 once 37. So 9, 296, 296 in the end I am getting 6. 7 table of 7 and I am getting 6. 7 into 8 is 56. So must be 8 times if at all. So 37 into 8, 56, 8 3s are 24 and 5, 29, 296. Yes, it is. So yes, divisible by 37. So we will remember what is that this is our rule number 4. 3 rules are already there with us. This is our rule number 4. What do we say in this rule? How will we put this rule as? We will put this rule like this. So sum of numbers, sum of 3 numbers, 3 numbers formed by moving, or you can say shifting, by shifting the ones digit of a 3-digit number is always divisible by 37. Now this is little difficult to remember the language, etc., isn't it? So we can put it in another form. Nobody is going to ask you, write the rule, but you must remember the rule. So you can write like this, okay, A, B, C plus, now what will happen? C will come in front, A, B plus, now what will happen? B will come in front, C, A will be pushed behind. Whatever the sum is, this sum is divisible by 37. Now whichever way you want to remember it, you can remember it. It is also divisible by 111, but naturally we'll take the smaller number as 37 and divisible by 37. So these are certain games etc. given in your textbook, so I thought I'll mention them. Of course, there is no mention of them in the exercises, but naturally any teacher can always ask you anything like this. So you must be knowing it. So this is first thing. Second thing is what is called the missing digit. Missing digit, there's a word used, it's called cryptothems. Sorry. Crypto THEMS or THMS, one and the same thing. Cryptothems is some digit which is missing, a sum of addition or subtraction or multiplication or division is written. Out of that, what happens is one of the digits is missing and your job is to find out that missing digit. So it acts like a puzzle or a game or whatever way you call it. Now, let us take some questions from exercise 16.1. So I am passing on exercise 16.1. Now the very first question is, it says 3a plus 25 b 2. So as you can see, what is missing? A is missing and b is also missing. Yes, so you can see what? A is missing and b is also missing. Let us take this first of all. Let us see what is there here in this particular one. I can go step by step. It's better to go step by step. So A5, 2. So I can do some rough work here. A plus 5 is 2. Now 5 added to any number cannot be 2. It can't be smaller than 5. It has to be greater than 5. So that is what it means, is that it must not be 2. It must actually be 12. So actually it is not 2, it is 12. Why it can't be 2? Because if you add some number to 5, and I know that there are no negative numbers here, so if I add some number to 5, I'll get what? How will I get 2? I cannot get 2. I can have to get some number which is at least 5, if not greater than 5. Then even if you add 0, you will get 5. So how can it be possible that unless and until you add a negative number? And here we don't have negative numbers. So a plus 5 is not 2, it must be what? It must be 12. So if a plus 5 is 12, that means a is what? A is 12 minus 5, a is 7. So we got our a, that is 7. Okay. 7 plus 5 is 12, so I carry this 1 here. And 1 plus 3, 4 plus 2, 6. So what is b equal to? B is equal to 6. A is 7, b is 6. So this is how I get a very simple cryptothem. I am able to solve it. Okay. Let us take the next one. Question number 2. It says 4a 98, 4a plus 98, cb 3, cb 3. Right, this is what I get. I again start with the first step here itself. What do I get as I start from here? It says a plus 8 is 3. Now can a plus 8 be 3? A plus 8 cannot be 3. As the same logic as there was in the last question. A plus 8 has to be what? A plus 8 has to be 13. So a plus 8 is 13, then what is a? A is 13 minus 8, that is 5. So I got the value of a. 5 plus 8 is 13, 1 is carried over. So 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 9, 14. So naturally this should be what? This should be 14. So a is 5, b you can see is 4, and c you can see is 1. Now are all the questions as simple as these? Well, exactly no. No, not so. Some questions can be difficult, particularly those involving multiplication, because they can be really tricky at times. So let us see the next question. Third question says 1a into a is equal to 9a. Now as question 3 says, 1a into a is equal to 9a. So units digit and this units digit should give me same units digit. So let me check it out. Say 0 into 0 is 0. Okay, fine. 1 into 1 is 1. 2 into 2 is 4. So this 2, this does not match 4. So I don't think this is correct. These two can be correct. 3 into 3 is 9. So you have 3, 3, but you don't have 3 here. If you have 3 here, then you should also have 3 here. But 3 into 3 will make it what? 9. Not possible. If you have 2 here, it should be 2 into 2, 4. Again, not possible. And so on. So 4 into 4 is equal to 16. Again, 4, 4 and 6 don't match. 5 into 5, 25. So 5, 5 and 5, they do match. 6 into 6 is 36. Yes, this does match. So you have 6 here, you have 6 here, 6 into 6 will become 36. Again 6 will come here. If you have 5 here, 5 into 5 is 25. Again 5 will come here. So these two are okay. 7 into 7, 49. Sorry, this doesn't match either. If you have 7 here, 7 into 7, 49, you will have 9 here. And 9 is not needed because you should have 7 here because all three have to be same. So this is also not done. 8 into 8 is 64. If you have 8, 8 here, you should have 8 here also. No. So 9 into 9, 81. If you have 9 here, you should also have 9 here. No. So what do we see from all this? That there are 4 possibilities, and those 4 possibilities are like this. A can be 0 or 1 or 5 or 6. There are 4 possibilities which are there. Let me rub this off because I need more space to write. So A can be 0 or 1 or 5 or 6. 4 possibilities are there. Suppose A is 0. So 1, 0 into 0 will become what? 0, 0. So A can't be 0 because you have 90 something. Suppose A is 1. 1, 1 into 1 will become 11. But you need 90 something. So this is also rejected. Suppose it is 5. 5 into 5, 25, 75. This will become 75, but you need 90 something. Again not possible. So this is also gone. Now only one thing is left, that is 6. And I think it must work. Otherwise we have done something wrong. 16 into 6, 6 into 6, 36. 6 plus 3, 9, 96. Yes, it works wonderfully. This is what we wanted. So our answer is that what is A? A is equal to 6. So as I told you that when you come to multiplication, it doesn't remain as simple as it was when it was the other way around. So again, let's see the next question. Right. We come to question number 4. This is again on addition. AB plus 37 is equal to 6A. This is what is given to us. AB plus 37 is 6A. So we have to find out what are the values of A and B. Now B plus 7 is A. So this is the first thing which comes out to us, that B plus 7 is equal to A. So I don't know B, I don't know A, so I have no idea what B plus 7 is A means. Let me come to this one. It says A plus 3 is equal to 6. So what should A be equal to? I'm not saying I'm going to get the correct answer. Maybe I don't get the correct answer. AB is 6 minus 3. A is 3. So if this is 3, suppose it is correct that this is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. But how can you get 3 here? You can't get 3 here. Because B plus 7 cannot be 3. B plus 7 must be 13. If B plus 7 is 13, then there is one carryover. So whole thing goes wrong. Again I'll explain. Say A plus 3 is 6. So A should be 3. So what you get? You get 3B plus 3, 7 is equal to 6, 3. Now is it possible b plus 7 is 3, that b plus 7 can't be 3, b plus 7 has to be what? 13. So 1 should be here. And if it is 1 here, then 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1 should become 7. So that means this is wrong. So a equal to 3 is not correct. But naturally our answer will be somewhere very near to 3. So which is that number which is very near to 3? You see the carryover will definitely be there. Carryover will definitely be there. So there is one carryover somewhere here. Okay. If there is a carryover, that means 1 plus a plus 3 is going to be 6. So a plus 4 is 6. So a is how much? A is 2. Okay. That means this should also be 2. B plus 7 is 2. Now b plus 7 cannot be 2. It has to be 12 because you see one carryover I have already put there. So b plus 7 is 12. So b is equal to 12 minus 7. B is equal to 5. So this is how we work it out. When we work it out, we find that our working is not giving us the right result. Then we have to change our working and get to the right one. The first set of working gave us some idea that where we could be. But second set of working gave us the exact answer that where we are. Now coming to question number 5. Now what is question number 5? AB into 3, I will write this off. AB into 3 is equal to C A B. This is what we have. Now 3 into B should give me, maybe there is some digit which I don't know, but end digit is B. You can see this B should be here, should be B again. So maybe this digit is 0 or 1 or 2 or whatever might be there, I don't know. So 3 into 1 is something is equal to 3. These digits are not same, so B cannot be 1. 3 into 2 is 6, again digits are not same. 3 into 3 is 9, again digits are not same. 3 into 4 is 12, again digits are not same. 3 into 5 is 15, yes digits are same, so B can be what? 5. I don't know it is 5 or not, I still want to see the other possibilities. 3 into 6 is 18, 6 and 8 are not same. 3 into 7 is 21, no, not possible. 3 into 8, 24, 8 and 4 are not same. 3 into 9, 27, 9 and 7 are not same. So what can be B? B can be 5. We have seen that only one possibility works. Of course 0 also works, but if I make it 0, many other things will, let me see. 3 into 0 is 0, so B can be 5 also and B can be 0 also. Let us see which one will work. So B can be 0 also and B can be 5 also. Okay. Now 3 into A, 3 into A, you can see 3 into A will give us CA. I am not bothered about what C is, but I want to see that these two digits are same. Just now we worked out all the digits and saw to it that what is coming, what is not coming. So what did we observe? So 3 into 5 is 15, that's the only thing which was working. And 3 into 0 is 0, that's also which was working. Right? So what do we have? We can have B as 0, we can have B as 5, we can have B as Z. Let us have B as 0. Suppose B is 0. Again, A will also have two possibilities. What are the possibilities for A? A can also be what? 0 or 5. There is no other way out. Now still we are somewhere far off from the answer. So let us work out the answer. Now let us suppose b is 0. 3 into 0 will give me 0. Or let us suppose, and then 3 into a will give me ca. So let me take a as say 5. Will it give something to me? Let's see. 5 into 3, 15. Yes, it does. You see, it is hit and trial, but you have to do hit and trial, you can't help it. If you take b as 5, now somebody will say, why can't we take b as 5? So if you take b as 5, 5 into 5 will become 25. And whatever you multiply, you will have to add 2 to it. So if you add 2 to it, then naturally you will not get 15 here, you will start getting 17 here. So that is not going to be there. So this is the answer. B is 0 and A is 5. Acha. We also needed B is 0, A is 5. Now this is your CAB. So B is 0, A is 5 and C is what? C is 1. So this is how you get it. Little difficult, but you see hit and trial has to be used, you can't help it. When come to multiplication, naturally hit and trial will have to be used at many times. Let us come to question number 6. AB into 5, AB into 5 is equal to CAB. 5 into B should give me a number which ends in B. 5 into B should give me a number which ends in B. It could be 15, 25, I mean whatever. This digit can be anything. We are not really worried about this digit, but what is here should eventually also come here. 5 into B should give me a number which ends in B. So 5 into 0 can give me 0. This is okay. 5 into 1 is 5. So if this ends in 1, this will end in 5. So 1 and 5 don't help. 5 into 2 will end in 0, something 10. Again, these two are not same. 5 into 3 will be 15. These two are not same. 5 into 4 is 20. These are not same. So only 0 is working so far. 5 into 5 is 25. Yes, these two are same. Same way 5 into 6, 30. So they will not work. 5 into 7, 35. 7 and 5 don't work. 5 into 8, 40. That also doesn't work. So they don't work. 5 into 9 is 45 and they are also not same. So only two numbers work. One is 0 and the other is 5. So B can be either 0 or B can be either 5. 0 or 5. This is what I can say about B. Okay. But still I have A also. What have I said? That B is either 0 or B is either 5. So I don't know what is B, but 5 into A should again give me back A. So they're giving back the same number. So just now we wrote this entire table. 5 into A should give me back A. Give me back something A. It could be like this is 1, so I should get 1 here. But I will always get only two things here. Multiples of 5 will end in either 0 or end in 5. So A can again be what? A can be also 0 or 5. A can't be anything else other than 0 or 5. So now again we have ticklish situation. Let us work out one by one and see. Now suppose B is 0. Suppose B is 0. So 0, something here into 5. So it will become 0. Now A has to be some number. If A is also 0, then you will get 0, 0, 0. So that's not what you are actually looking for. So A, you don't want to take 0. You want to take, let us, the only other choice is that A can be 5. 5 into 5, 25. You wanted these two should be same, you wanted these two should be same. So you see this 0 matches 0, 5 matches 5. See, these two should be same and these two should be same. So you can see these two are same and of course these two are also same. So our situation has worked. One of the options is we can take all of them as 0. So that will also work, but I don't want that situation. So what is the answer? Answer is B equal to 0 and A equal to 5. Of course, this is C. 2, 5, 0, C, A, B. So you can see this is B, this is A and this is C. Multiplication questions always, some little bit hit and trial you will have to put. Okay. Question number 7. You have AB into 6. B, B, B. You see what is happening? 6 into B should end in B or B into 6 should end in B. And in B. So B can be comfortably 0 because 0 into 6 will always end in 0, isn't it? 0 into 6 is going to be 0. 1 into 6 will be 6, not same. So other number, if you can work out all of them. 1 into 6, 2 into 6, 3 into 6, 4 into 6, 5 into 6. 1 into 6 is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. You see 1 and 6 don't match, 2 and 2 do match. Okay. 3 and 8 don't match. This is 12. 4 and 4 do match. 5 and 0 don't match. 6 and 6 match. 7 into 6, 42. 8 into 6, 48. 9 into 6, 54. So 7 and 2 don't match, but 8 into 8 match. 9 and 4 don't match. So you are lucky you have got 5 things, 5 possibilities for B. What are those 5 possibilities? 5 possibilities are B can be 0 because 0 into 6 was 0. So they do match. You have this matching. You have this matching, you have this matching, you have this matching, and you have this matching. So what are all the possibilities? All the possibilities are B can be 0, it can be 2, it can be 4, it can be 6, it can be 8. So you see, first thing has given us all the different options which are available to us. Now one by one we will see what are the options which are useful to us and which are naturally, maybe only one option is working, the other options might get cut out. 0. So if you have 0, 0, 0, you don't want that. So this B equal to 0 is rejected. Can we have 2, 2, 2? Yes, we can have 2, 2, 2. So A2 into 6 is having 2, 2, 2. Let us see, is it possible? It must be possible also, isn't it? 6 into 2 is what? 12. A into 6 plus 1 should be 20. See how? 6 into 2 is 12. 6 into A, I don't know what is 6A, plus 1 should be 22. So I should say what? I should say 6A plus 1 is 22. Now is it possible that multiple of 6 you add 1, you will get 22? The nearest multiple is 18, so if you add 18, you do add 1, will you get 22? You will not get 22. So again, this is also rejected. Let me try A4, and now this time I'm taking 4. A4 into 6, 4, 4, 4. See, wherever I had B, I have put 4, 4, 4. So 6 into 4 is 24, okay. And 6 into A plus 2 is 44, this 44. 6 into 4 is 24 and 6 into A plus 2 is 44. That means 6A should be what? 6A should be, this 2 you can take on the other side, 42. Does 42 come in the table of 6? Yes, 42 comes in the table of 6. 6 into 7 is 42. So yes, it is possible. So this A equal to 4 is very much possible. B equal to 4, sorry, is very much possible. Now shall we look at other options also? Maybe sometimes we may get more than one answer. So let us put B as 6. 66 into 6. 6, you should get 666 here. So 6 into 6. Oh sorry, this is A. So 6 into A, 6A plus 3 is equal to 66. So 6A is equal to 66 minus 3, 63. Multiple of 6 cannot be 63. So again, this is also rejected. So let us see if we can have B as 8. So you have A 8 into 6, 8, 8, 8. Okay. 6 into 8, 48. Fine. 6 into A, 6A plus 4 is equal to 88. So 6A is 84, but that means A will become equal to 12. But A is a one-digit number, so you can't have A as 12. So even this is rejected. So what is the answer? Your answer is B is equal to 4. Okay. Our answer is finally B is equal to 4. A4 into 6, 4, 4, 4. So 6 into 4, 24. And 6 into A plus 2 is 44. 6A is 42. A is 7. So we get what? B equal to 4. A equal to 7. Very tricky question, but anyway, we have somehow managed to finish it. Now we are left with some 2-3 questions on addition, so not very difficult. So let us tackle them also. Question number 8. A1 plus 1B. Let's see what we get. We are given as B 0. So this and this digit will be same. Okay. 1 plus B 0. This can't be possible. 1 plus B cannot be 0. 1 plus B must be 10. So what is B? B is equal to 9. Now this is A1, 1, 9 and this becomes 90. Why this becomes 90? Because B we have just now found is 9. 1 plus 9 is 10, so 1 is obviously carried over. 1 plus A plus 1 is equal to 9. 2 plus A is 9, so A is how much? A is equal to 7. So this is what we get here. Question 9. 2AB plus AB1 B18. See, let us go one step at a time. B plus 1 is 8, so B is equal to 8 minus 1, 7. That's what we get here. So if this is 7, then this becomes 2A7 and A7, 1. This becomes 8, this is 1 and this is B again. Right. As you keep on getting the numbers, you keep on replacing them so that things become easier for you. This is what it becomes. Okay. Of course, there's a plus sign here. A plus 7 cannot be 1. Let us focus on this one. A plus 7 cannot be 1. A plus 7 must be 11. So what is A equal to? 4. So A is 4. So in place of A you can write 4 here also and 4 here also. 2, 4, 7, 4, 7, 1. Let's see. 7. So in place of this B I got 7, which was actually the value of B. So my answer is correct. So what did I get? I got B equal to 7 and A equal to 4. This is my answer for this question. Coming to the last question, I think it's the last one. Yeah. Coming to the last question of the exercise. One to A, 6AB, A0, 9. So we have A also, we have B also. So A plus B equal to 9. Very first thing. Now is this going to be there? Is there involving any carryover? Well, no. Why no? Because maximum value of A is 9, maximum value of B is also 9. So 9 plus 9 can maximum become 18 if carryover is involved. If you are getting 9, that means there is no carryover involved. Only thing you know is A plus B equal to 9. Now, you don't know A, you don't know B, so you can't find anything about it. Let me come to second step. Second step says 2 plus A is 0. It can't be 0. It has to be what? It has to be 10. Because 2 plus A is 0. How can you get a number less than 2? So 2 plus A is 0 means 2 plus A is actually 10. There is one carryover. So this makes A as what? This gives A as 8. This gives A as 8. Now going back to our first step, you can put the value of A here. 8 plus B is 9, so B is equal to 1. Now let me check, because still there is something missing. 1 plus 1 plus 6, total becomes 8, so A is 8. That's correct, A is 8. So that means this is our answer. A is equal to 8, B is equal to 1. So with that, I come to the end of this video. I hope you have understood it quite well. Thank you very much.